We're headed to Athens, Georgia today. I have been waiting for this flight for 9 whole months. I'm so excited. Let's go.
Stuart ground Aztec 2441 Mike at Ross Jet Center, looking to pick up IFR clearance to Athens, Alpha Hotel November, with information whiskey.
November 41 Mike, Stuart ground, you're cleared to the Athens airport. Radar vectors treasure is filed, maintain 3000, expect 10,000, 10 minutes after departure. Palm Beach departure frequency is 132.8, squawk 3653.
Cleared to Athens via Treasure and then as filed, altitude 3000, expect 10,010 minutes after departure, departure frequency 132.8, squawk 3653.
Aztec 41 Mike, read back correct.
Stuart ground Aztec 2441 Mike, ready to taxi.
November 41 Mike, runway 12, taxi via Alpha.
Runway 12, taxi via Alpha, 41 Mike.
What in the world is Ross Aviation?
Zero Delta Echo.
Ross is who bought Stuart Jet Center.
I didn't know Stuart Jet Center was involved. I was like, we're at Stuart Jet Center.
Yeah, it still says Stuart Jet Center,
Yes,
but Ross Aviation has bought it, and that's who I write my checks to from a hangar now.
I'm sure they let you know. Make it out to here now.
Yeah.
Last time we were in this plane, we were headed to the Bahamas.
Yeah.
Not you, though.
Not me. I was headed to the mechanic.
An extra, 2 extra little trips.
The mechanic and then the avionics shop, and oh, here we go again.
I'm excited about this trip, though. I've been waiting a while.
For people that don't do planes, you know, it's not that our plane has any problems that every other plane doesn't have. It's important to know before you get into this type of hobby.
Save some of your budget for fixing things.
You're going to be at the mechanic a lot. It's not to scare you from buying a plane or not to scare you from flying. You know, there's lots of redundancy. But, yeah, they do. They break a lot, and
sure.
You want to fix it so you don't leave things for deferred maintenance,
well, this
ideally.
isn't a brand new plane, so.
No, but the stuff that's breaking is normal stuff to break. I mean, this one's in great condition. It breaks less than most. Every person I know is at the mechanic all the time.
That's why he's so busy.
Yep.
Number 244 Mike, Stuart, how are you?
We are up, holding short, runway 12, ready for departure.
244 Mike, runway 12, clear for takeoff, fly runway heading.
Runway 12, cleared for takeoff, fly runway heading, 41 Mike.
Love you.
Love you.
Love you bunch. Off we go.
Love you.
Love you, Mom.
Love you.
Love you.
All right, airspeed alive, times 3. There's 65. And we're up. Tap the brakes. Gear coming up.
Number 41 Mike, contact Palm Beach departure. Goodbye.
Palm Beach departure, 41 Mike. Thank you much. Palm Beach departure, Aztec 2441 Mike, just off runway 12 at Stuart, 1,000 feet, climbing runway heading.
2441 Mike, Palm Beach departure, your radar contact. Maintain 3000.
Maintain 3000, 41 Mike.
Number 1 Mike, turn left heading 020.
Left heading 020, 41 Mike. Hey, look at the sailboats below us, guys.
They're beautiful.
It is blue as can be.
Number 1 Mike, turn left heading 290, continue to climb to 5000.
Left 290, 5000, 41 Mike.
How come we're flying up so high today when it's not
Winds,
cloudy?
good winds. Oh, we got turbocharged engines, so they like being high anyway.
Maintain VFR and go ahead with your questions.
0267, and we'd like to do this either north or south or east or west. Our total width of the route is about 5 miles wide.
I would rather do it north, south, east, or west.
Or east and west lines.
That's all the directions.
Roger, let's radar contact and we'll work on it.
He was trying to say either north-south or east-west.
That's all that
He's got to be doing surveying, so back and forth.
I get it. It just sounded like I want to choose one of these.
Now, 41 Mike, contact Miami Center 132.25, 132 and a quarter.
13225, 41 Mike. Miami Center, Aztec 2441 Mike at 5,000.
Air 2441 Mike, Miami Center, maintain at 900,000. That'll be your final today, altimeter 2997.
900,000, altimeter 2997.
November 41 Mike, amendment to reading advisory, ready to copy.
Ready to copy, 41 Mike.
41 Mike, you are cleared direct Dimby, Delta, India, Mike, Bravo, Yankee. Join Tango 208 to Foxham, Foxtrot, Oscar, X-ray, Alpha, Mike, direct destination.
Alright, cleared Dimby, Delta Indio, Mike Bravo Yankee, join Tango 208 to Foxham, then direct Athens. 41 Mike.
November 2441 Mike, yes sir, readback was correct. November 24 Mike, fly heading 330, radar vectors, parachute activity.
Heading 330, 41 Mike.
I would love to see them parachuting.
Airport at
I know, me too.
How high
Well,
is-
look at Sebastian.
Well, there's Sebastian, I'm guessing. Is this Sebastian
That's
or is
Vero.
this Vero?
Sebastian is
the one next one?
beyond it. See the city?
Left turn direct
Yes.
Bell.
See, Sebastian is the next airport.
Yes. It goes Fort Pierce.
Yep.
And then Vero.
Fort Pierce, Vero,
And
Sebastian.
then Sebastian.
Yeah.
All I know is that Sebastian is the exit off with the Dairy Queen.
Alpha, Alpha.
How high does an airplane jumper plane
Like
go?
123, contact Miami
High.
approach, 123, contact Miami approach,
Potentially,
123,
This
132.8.
plane right here is the parachute plane.
32.8 for leave it Charlie.
220 Echo Alpha. If that plane takes off, and it is,
The
then
one that's on the
if
ground
it
now,
climbs
is what you're
quickly this way, then that could be parachuters. And they're going to jump in this area because they want to drift towards the
Because the
airport.
wind's coming from this way, so it would push them back. More often than not, when we're in Sebastian, we see them landing. They're busy there.
Miami Baron 6748.
November 41 Mike, clear direct Dimby.
Clear direct Dimby, 41 Mike.
Soon we'll see some parachuters coming down to Sun and Fun.
Yep. Everybody should go to Sun and Fun.
We will be
We'll be there Saturday.
Will we drive or will we fly?
I don't know.
Driving is so easy because we're so close.
We'll probably drive just because it's the same amount of time for me. Getting the plane ready, getting the flight done, parking and everything else.
November 222 Charlie.
And then we got to camp. But it's just a 2-hour drive, slightly less for us. So we'll probably drive. We'll be there on Saturday. If anybody wants to meet up with us on Saturday somewhere just to talk airplanes and chat, then shoot us an email in advance.
There's so many big aviation people there. They really want to see.
Somebody might care enough. If anybody cares enough that you want to talk to our little channel,
You know who I want to see?
yeah, we're going to be wandering around all day long. Our YouTube email address is on the channel information, but it's doubledogfamily@gmail.com.
Is that what it is?
Double Dog Family. Dog is spelled D-A-W-G. And if you're going to be at Sun and Fun and you want to say hi, we would find that really fun.
Number 52 Echo, there's
Did you feel that?
not active at your altitude.
Did you feel that autopilot turning our course?
Did it work?
I thought something was wrong, and then we just hit our waypoint.
Okay. It's like, hold on, what's wrong
Yeah, the
now?
autopilot's working again. Good to have you back, buddy. So, on our last flight, which will likely be up by now, there's not a lot of talking on the second half where I flew home to Stuart.
I don't know if I can get a video out of it.
Yeah,
We'll
well,
see. He forgot to plug in a plug.
you got to plug in the camera to get the audio, and I did not.
He's used to me fiddling with things sometimes.
Not my job.
Handling it.
Yeah, I delegated that task, and I don't think about it.
I learned it, and now I'm in charge of it, so.
So anyway, I had a good 5-minute explanation of why we did not go to the Bahamas on our last trip and what actually happened, but now we're up here in the sky on a 3-hour flight to Athens,
Well,
so it's a perfect time to talk about it.
we were headed to Long Island, Bahamas for the kids' spring break.
We were.
I was all packed up and ready.
Yeah, the suitcases were there in the plane. We were ready to go. Things were great. We took the plane to have an oil change done and have a strut O-ring rebuilt that was starting to leak a little bit of fluid, and I didn't really feel like beating up the plane on some of the Bahamian runways with a strut that was getting a little bit soft. So anyway, so the plane was up in Sebastian with our mechanic, who's Clyde with Bradley Aviation there, and struts perfect. We go to pick up the plane the day before. We're flying back home, and a massive pop-up thunderstorm occurred. So
shut down the airport like it was a whiteout. You couldn't see hardly anything.
They closed the airport. There was 40 to 50 plus knot gusts on the ground. Couldn't see anything. So, you know, naturally, I'm not doing that. And so I said, okay, well, I guess I'll just fly out around Okeechobee for a while and practice some turns and maneuvers. It never hurts just to get some more flying time. So, so I've got this squirrely path out towards Okeechobee where I'm just out there playing around.
You can see it on FlightAware.
Yeah.
You're starting to come down like, nope.
FlightAware, Flight Radar 24. Storm goes through, airport opens back up, and I'm cleared for the approach for runway 12 back into Stuart. And on my way in, you know, the winds are still gusting around. You know, it wasn't pleasant, and I think the gusting winds were overworking the autopilot that was trying to hold the approach course for me as I was making some power adjustments. Anyway, all of a sudden, the autopilot decides to bank the plane into a very aggressive right-hand turn, full deflection. So I punched the autopilot off, reset the circuit breaker, turn everything back on, and when I go to click on the autopilot again it hard banks to the right. So we had a similar thing happen with our pitch servo, where it wanted to point the nose down on the autopilot, and happened in some turbulence then. Turned out there was some transistors that were burned out, so they repaired the transistors. I suspected that, that a servo went out again, and our go-to guy for autopilot fixes is Stacy Jordan at Palm Beach Avionics. So instead of going to Long Island, Bahamas, which is a 2-hour flight for us, we canceled the trip to Long Island and took it down to the autopilot repair shop instead. So it stayed there for a week and a half. Autopilot got fixed. You can see the plane is working 100% again, and we rescheduled our Long Island, Bahamas trip to May. So we got a couple good trips coming up. We're doing this one to Athens. We're going to come through St. Simon's on the way home for Saturday. It's actually our 14-year wedding anniversary, and St. Simon's is sentimental for us. We try to go every year if we can. We've gotten most years in. So anyway, our wedding anniversary is coming up. We're going to do St. Simon's again this year, just to have a nice night there again. If you've not been, St. Simon's is a great airport, great facilities, and the island's perfect for riding around on bikes.
It's going to be a little bit chilly, but that's okay.
Yeah, that's what pants are for.
We live at the beach, so it's not like
we're
going to miss out on going into the water and whatnot. We could do that.
We're not going swimming.
No.
But sometimes there's some sand dollars on the beach in St. Simon, so it's fun to look for those. And we'll take the bikes and go down to the pier, and it'll be fun. A couple weeks later, it'll be Sun and Fun. So we will see anybody there that wants to meet up. And then the 2 weeks thereafter, are we going to Washington or Arkansas? Arkansas?
We were going to go to Washington, D.C. Well, you can't land in Washington, D.C., but one of the states around it, and then go in and look at all the museums and all the touristy things, see the cherry blossoms, but they decided to bloom a little bit earlier. I think the news said it was the 8th earliest time in record history of them recording cherry blossom blooming.
Yep. Climate change.
Yep, and that's all right if we missed it. That would have been all right. But the Air and Space Museum is going to be closed like right before we would arrive, all the way until fall. And that was one of the things that we would want to see. So we're going to go somewhere else because we don't want to. We're going to go all the way up there. We want to see all the Washington, D.C. things, but that was one of the main museums that we would have liked to see.
All right, so change of plans. I don't know where we're going. Maybe we'll pop in and do some Bahamas then. Maybe we'll use that weekend to go to Kentucky. I wanted to do Mammoth Cave.
We were thinking of doing that on the way home from Oshkosh, but then we couldn't get any tickets. But right now there's tickets, so maybe we'll go look at add another state to our list and go to Mammoth Caves.
All right, so that's a maybe.
We'll go spelunking.
We can't tell you where we're going after Sun and Fun. We hadn't figured it out yet, apparently. But after that weekend, because I do have some time blocked out, I want to make the most of it. I don't want to just work more, so so I want to keep that vacation time. We're going to find a place to go. Then I think 2 weeks thereafter, we got a good weekend trip over to the Berkshire Hathaway meeting, and then we come back, and 2 or 3 weeks later, then we've got Stella Maris and Long Island rescheduled. So we're definitely, well, as long as the plane holds up, we should definitely get down to Stella Maris, Long Island in May. And that'll get us back on our Bahamas series, and we're just going to keep doing Bahamian Islands as we go. You know, we've talked about it before, but if you've not seen our other videos, our goal is to do a trip of every airport of entry in the Bahamas, and you know, talk about what it takes to get into the airport, show the airport, talk about the approach, the condition, and fuels available, what's on the island. And just try to do, you know, a little small island review and airport review just to show the condition of these places that's current as of 2022 and 2023. So, you know, stay tuned. There's going to be lots more in the Bahamian Island series, and there'll be several more as we continue to knock out states. We also want to get to all 50 states. We're trying to take these trips and do some adventuring in this plane, and so far so good. It's coming along. Hope you're enjoying it with us.
I enjoyed West End. It was a beautiful resort and island.
Yeah, West End was great.
We only had a 3-day weekend, so a short, quick flight, so we could stay longer in the islands was perfect.
Yeah, and Long Island is a 4-day trip. So we're going to rent a car one day and explore all of Long Island.
Go to Dean's Blue Hole.
It's quite a big island. Yeah, the
Columbus shrimp thing.
Columbus Memorial, Shrimp Caves, Dean's Blue Hole, lots of beaches. Jack may have his scuba diving certification by then, so maybe we'll throw some of that in there. More likely it'll just be snorkeling. Yeah, but it's going to be great. We got a good summer plan. Lots and lots of traveling. We've got a massive trip up to the Northeast and Canada. Planned in right before Oshkosh. We're going to go up to Maine, then go through the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, and come down through Oshkosh, and then south back to Florida. That'll be a big loop. So that'll be a good little adventure series that's coming up. If you're interested in seeing us go through the Northeast and
maybe into Nova Scotia.
Yeah, I want to.
I want to go to Nova Scotia.
If the Canadian customs and COVID regulations and whatnot it is now, but who knows what's going to happen.
That's true.
Assuming the plane's working, we're all healthy, and the borders are open, then we're going to try to get Nova Scotia when we go up to Maine. We'll see how it plays out. But those are our upcoming plans, and if you're interested in any of that, by all means, hit the subscribe button. We're on our climb towards 1,000. You know, the goal for us is not necessarily to just accumulate subscribers. You know, this is a hobby for us. We make these videos just so we have memory of all our family trips, and we're sharing them just because people are interested, and we want people to fly and see what planes can do for the family. But now that we're getting close to 1,000, which is a benchmark, you know, I would like to pretend I don't care, but I care now. I'm excited about seeing 1,000. So if you want to see our trips through the Bahamas and the States, then by all means, hit the subscribe button. We appreciate it.
It does get excited. I get text messages sometimes with updates.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Subscriber number.
If you're thinking about starting a YouTube channel, you know, you go into it and you're real apprehensive. Should I put myself on YouTube? Should I
put your family
share all of this online?
Yeah.
And now that I'm doing it, you know, even for kind of a grumpy kind of guy that doesn't want to share much, it's been fun. Not gonna lie, I'm enjoying it. I was wrong about that.
And it's a way to teach the kids of you can be a part of it, but do it appropriately, I guess.
Yeah, trying to set a good example. We do want people to go fly. We are having fun with social media. I think once we hit 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to turn it around. I'd like to potentially throw out the idea of doing a poker run. So I would love to gauge interest to see if any of the South Florida, South Georgia pilots are interested in participating. But I'd like to create a little scholarship fund for aviation scholarships And one of the ways, other than chipping in my own money to just support the cause, one of the things that might be a lot of fun is a poker run. So if you don't know what a poker run is, what you do is you start at one official starting place and you go to each of several stops. So we'd pick a few of the airports in South Florida. Everybody would work through the airports over a couple of hours, and at each stop you'd pick up a card and, you know, take a little break, meet up with other people participating. But in the afternoon, everybody would end after going to each of the stops, and we'd have a little picnic, cookout sort of thing, and everybody gives their hand of their 5 cards that they got. Whoever has the best poker hand at the end of the poker run wins a prize. So, you know, there's a little entry fee that everybody would pay. That would help to fund the scholarships, and then on top of that, we'd have prizes for the people that get the best poker hands, and everybody gets to hang out with their aviation buddies for an afternoon one weekend. So, if it's something that you think you would like to do, then again, reach out to our email address, doubledogfamily@gmail.com. Dog spelled D-A-W-G.
Double Dog Day or Family. Just look it up on our about.
Check our information page in case I'm telling the email address wrong. But I'm pretty sure
I don't check it.
I'm pretty sure it's doubledogfamily@gmail.com. And if I'm wrong, well, there's one more hilarious thing. Kelly will edit the screen with what the web page actually is.
That's right, I could. I could go back and
just straighten me out, baby.
I will. I always see like fly-in breakfast or taco and things, but I haven't seen a poker like
boats do it.
The boats do it down
some
here.
Some other
often.
communities do it, but I've only rarely heard of a poker run for airplanes. But it's perfect. You know, there's lots of airports in South Florida, some of them very close. They're right on the beach. The areas are fun to visit, so you can come down, you can hit up Marathon or Key West while you're down here. Stuart has great facilities where we would be able to use them for a poker run or a picnic sort of thing, or we pick another airport nearby. All the pilots come together, we get some hot dogs, hamburgers, chicken sandwiches catered out there. Everyone just sits around and talks about planes and wins some prizes. So I see no downside as long as other people want to do it. Let us know. I'll start putting it together if you're interested. You might have noticed from the beginning, if we were recording and got all that down, that I have filed an IFR flight plan. We had filed 10,000 since we're westerly, but for whatever reason they gave us 9,000 and want me to stay at this altitude, so we'll maintain 9,000. The reason we filed was, even though the skies were projected to be clear, I was seeing that the weather conditions were deteriorating. So I've been following the weather for a few days, and each of the updated projections are showing more and more clouds. So I've been in this situation before. The true weather prediction is showing clear skies, and then all of a sudden you're on your flight, you know, several hundred miles away, and then you got an overcast layer and you're stuck. When it's questionable, or it looks like I'm going to get stuck above the clouds and then have to do a pop-up IFR clearance, which is way more hassle, I just file IFR. You know, we got somebody else watching traffic along the way. We've got everything set up, ready to go for the IFR. And when we arrive in Athens, which is supposed to be partly cloudy, and it turns out that it's overcast, well, it won't be an issue. They'll work us down through the clouds. It's warm enough now that it's spring to where the overcast layer isn't going to be low. So more likely than not, what will happen is they'll get us below the clouds, we'll cancel our IFR clearance, and just land visual. But if we have to do a full approach into Athens, we're ready to go. Everything's set. If it's a travel trip and you got to go straight line or close to straight line to your destination and you just want to get there and you don't want to deal with the hassle of clouds, then, well, filing IFR gets you there. So if you haven't gotten your IFR ticket or certification, then go ahead, do it. I would strongly recommend your IFR training. It is the one thing that improves your safety more than anything else, from what I can tell. It really does make you a much better pilot. Not that I'm great, but I'm decent. I try.
And my mother loves it because she follows along with FlightAware when you file IFR. It actually gives you a time of arrival, or estimated time of arrival in your VFR. It just shows where you are. And they're picking us up.
Family feels better when they know where we're at, what progress we're making, and what our time on the ground is expected to be.
Yeah, so I always text them the flight aware link so they know they have it right there immediately. All right, show me your picture. That is a very nice moose.
Nice.
I love it.
I had to do like brownish black because that was the only brown.
That's all
Why,
you have to work with.
Why did you do a moose?
Because my baby cousin that was just born, they called him Moose, and
Until he was born, at least.
I decided to make them
A moose picture. I
Nice.
think they're gonna love it. I think it's great. Yes, that is the whole reason we are flying to Athens today. My brother and his wife just had a baby, so I'm very excited. We get to hold babies.
Uniform, contact Orlando approach 132.65.
You're not excited?
3265, 14 uniform, good day.
Oh, I'm excited. It's somebody else's baby, but I sure don't want another one.
124.8.
I didn't say I wanted another one.
Just the way you were talking made me nervous. No more babies.
I'm good. We've got one of each, all done. Yes, it's going to be a big weekend. I get to hold a baby, and we get to go to St. Simon's.
Yep.
Very nice weekend. Hopefully pretty out here.
Yeah, cloud surfing, I love it.
What
You're
time
halfway there.
What time it is?
Whoa,
time
I'm
is
living
it?
on a prayer.
What time is it?
He's definitely tired.
Dad, what time is it?
Halfway there.
5 o'clock.
Thank you, Ma. You know what?
All right, welcome to Georgia.
Made it.
Go Dogs.
November 41, Mike, contact Atlanta Center 127.905.
127.905, forward Mike. Atlanta Center, Aztec 2441 Mike at 10,000.
Aztec 2441 Mike, Atlanta Center, the double and altimeter 29901.
29901, forward Mike. Over Vidalia.
Vidalia. Vidalia really does have the best onions. I always get disappointed when I'm at the grocery store and I can't find any, and I just have to get a regular yellow onion instead of a sweet one. Real problems there.
Yeah. So the clouds aren't solid overcast. It does look like partly to mostly cloudy depending on which area of the sky you're looking at. So we probably could have snuck in here VFR if we want, but IFR will, more or less guarantee that we're going to get in without any surprises or issues. It's been a very pleasant flight. So, definitely not a flight you had to do IFR, but we still did just to make sure we're not going to have issues getting in.
Are we going to make it below that, or are we going to go through them?
Try to make it below.
Oh, why? We like that.
Aztec 401 Mike, descend and maintain 3000, advise the airport.
Then it maintained 3,000, we'll advise airport, forward Mike. Approach Aztec 2441 Mike, we have airport in sight.
4 Mike, clear visual approach, runway 27 Athens.
Cleared visual approach, runway 27 Athens, forward Mike.
November 4 Mike, contact Athens Tower 126.3, see ya.
Athens Tower 126.3, thank you. Athens Tower Aztec 2441 Mike is 7 miles to the south-southeast, inbound for full stop runway 27.
Aztec 2441 Mike, Athens Tower, wind 290 at 7, gust 20, runway 27, cleared to land.
Runway 27, cleared to land, forward Mike. Alright. Fuel pumps on. 3 green, 1 in the mirror. Fixtures, props.
Good job, HA.
Aztec 41 Mike, wind able 180, back taxi exit Bravo 3 to the ramp.
Wind able 180, back taxi to the runway to Bravo 3, exit to the ramp, 41 Mike.
You did good, AJ. That wind was crazy.
But you did a really, really good job.
Thanks, that was a hard one.
That was a hard one. Well, we made it.
Woo!
Time to hold a baby.
Oh boy.
You can entertain our children. I'll hold the baby.
Okay.
Deal?
The baby's only going to want me to hold him. You know how that's going to be.
That is exactly how it'll be. He'll cry the whole time I'm holding him and just be like, AJ.
Babies love me.